All right, and hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the WeSportin podcast. And today we have a new guest, a new guy. Name is Dennis. He's a Washington fan with a Power Rangers background.
That's just
I don't know if I could take this seriously, man. But how you doing today, Dennis?
I'm fantastic, man. How about you?
Dude, I'm doing great. So today we are going to be talking about, as it says in the title, we're going to be talking about the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Kind of go through their season and then go through their heartbreaks and then go through what they might lose in free agency. All right. So obviously we'll look back at the. Where do you want to start off, Dennis? You want to start with Miami or do you want to start off with Buffalo?
I think Miami would be more fun to talk about because that season collapse was interesting for them.
Yeah, yes, it was. So, Miami. So Miami, they were at the top of the AFC. The AFC East for majority of the season. For majority of the season, they were taking it over. They were, running that division, and all of a sudden, man, something just snapped. And with Buffalo catching up, and they weren't winning those big games that they needed to. They really collapsed and they fell. Dennis, overall, how do you think Miami? Overall, as the season went on and as the season started, how do you think they did overall?
Overall, comparing like from the entire season they played,
yeah,
I think they did pretty well, really.
Mm.
Even with that collapse, I think that team was pretty good with the weapons they do have.
Right. Turn your camera on, Dennis. Dennis says he doesn't want to turn his camera on to avoid the to avoid Cameron from coming on. So sorry, I'm just trying to not laugh. So yeah, no, I agree. So I mean, now looking back at it, like they only they took down two teams that were above 500, and the rest of the wins that they got were by teams that were not 500 record.
I believe so.
Yeah, and that was against the Denver Broncos when they were winning, and then Dallas. I mean, I guess you could say that that Dallas was their only above 500 win, but I mean, honestly, Dennis, your thoughts on that real quick?
Listen, man, I'm not trying to get harassed by Cam,
Right. So I mean, now going into the playoffs, I felt like obviously, I'm sorry, Chris sent a voicemail. This is so fucking hard to do with a straight face. So obviously going into the playoffs, the Miami, as they were supposed to get this home playoff game throughout the entire season, and they obviously the fell off happened. So now we're sitting here and they're playing Kansas City. Obviously people would say that it was scripted as all hell because who would have thought that the Tyreek Hill would go have his return game at Burrowhead. I keep saying Burrowhead, Arrowhead, and now we're sitting here and they play in the playoff game to only put up 7 points. I mean, in that playoff game, Dennis, who does that fall onto? I mean, does it fall on the Mike McDaniel? Does that fall on Tua? Where was the key mistake in that game?
I felt it was a little bit of both, 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Tua, I don't want to say doing too much, but he didn't feel like he was doing enough to win that game for them. And McDaniels, I felt like he was too reliant on his pretty offense to try and win that game.
Right. Yeah, I think those motions that they do and all that, like it's all for it's really good and all that. But I feel like if you're going to face a team like Kansas City, you have to change it up, in my opinion. You can't just have that change up and you're sitting there and doing motion here, motion there, and run that simple offense that everybody already knows. And that's kind of like you said, that was kind of their going kryptonite was running that on offense. They only scored 7 points. Tua Tagovailoa only put up less than 200 yards, and it was a bad look for them. And they couldn't even establish the run game either. Mostert looked depleted out there, and it looked really bad as a whole. So Dennis, if you want to go over their free agents, who some of their key free agents, and let's just go over that and see how much weaker the Dolphins could get after this free agency.
The first free agent I saw when I looked at him was center Connor Williams. Mm-hmm. I think before you said we started, you said they're losing most of their offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which with a young quarterback like Tua, definitely isn't something you want to lose.
Yeah, I don't think Tua is the free agent though.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say Tua.
Okay.
But you got also Isaiah Wynn and Robert Hunt, tackles and guards, respectively. Guys, you also don't want to lose there.
Yeah.
So those were some pretty key free agents, and maybe they got 2 receivers. If I remember from my head, it was
Braxton Berrios and Chase Claypool.
yeah. I wouldn't call those guys keys, but we got Hill and Waddle out there.
Yeah, I mean, you could always replace, you could always replace those guys with some mid-level, mid-tier guys that easily could go out and get. Now, I mean, replacing the offensive line, now that's going to be tough. Obviously with the rumor being that Teron Armstead could retire, and they're just losing all of their offensive line minus their tackles. And then on defense, I mean, they've already announced that they're going to let go or they're going to cut Xavier Howard, and now it's just going to be Jalen Ramsey, Cam Smith. They have a couple of other guys there too, and their safety duo, when healthy, is one of the best safety duos in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Going in now, they're new. Holy dude, you turned your camera. Why are you wearing a Steelers jersey?
That's not the important part, but
it's not the important part. So, so obviously, losing those defenses are going to be, those defensive guys are going to be pretty key. Going into that now, with them signing Anthony Weaver as their new defensive coordinator, do you think that is a bit of an upgrade from Vic Fangio, or that's a little bit of a downgrade from Vic Fangio? Where is that in, where do you see the Miami Dolphins deep on the defensive side of the ball going into next season?
I really love Fangio's defense when I was watching the Dolphins play, but I think I only got to see him once, and this is when we played them back in week 14.
Oh, that was a bad game. That was a fucking blowout. We got fucked that game.
But Weaver, he was off of that Ravens staff, right?
I believe so, yeah. He was their D-line coach.
I feel learning with McDonald, sorry.
Yeah.
But from Mike McDonald, I think he'll be pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Mitch Trubisky Steelers jersey, but
what made you buy that? Can I just ask?
It's fake, so it's not that important.
What are you talking about? It's fake. Like, why? What made you buy it? You obviously spent your own money on it.
Why not? Add to the collection. It's limited edition. He don't play for them no more. What is that?
Okay,
I think it'll be good for them. I like Vic more than I would like Weaver, though.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean Weaver obviously was a highly sought out to be a head coach this season, and during the offseason there were not a lot of teams that interviewed for him, but he was still one of the hotter names that you could look at in the free agency for head coaches and say like, oh, I want him, or whatever. Now going into that, now offensively speaking, that offense is just surrounded by Tyreek Hill, and there's just other guys living in his world. Offensively, is there any anything they need to change up offensively, sign some guys or anything?
Offensively, I'm a stickler for tight ends. I'd love for them to get a tight end in free agency.
Okay.
I think of their current. I think it's Adam Troutman, or I believe it's him.
Yeah, I think it's Troutman. Chris says Dennis likes every white bust at quarterback.
That is true. That is like very true. But
are you proud of that?
That's more of a stereotype in most of the chats I'm in. So.
Oh, okay.
But
fair enough. Is that a Stanley behind you?
I don't know what it is. My mom's cup I was using to drink.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, like I said, offensively. So now, obviously, we both know that the Dolphins have not won a playoff game, and it's longer than us. They have not won a playoff game in about, I think, it's like a 5-year separation between us. I don't know what the exact. Fucking math is too difficult to even process right now. But, what did they got to do to win a playoff game? Obviously, now they've been into back-to-back playoff games. Last year, really wasn't their fault. They had Skylar Thompson. They almost came back and but they almost took down Buffalo single-handedly with Skylar Thompson. Then they had Tannehill a few years back. Now Tua. What is the thing what's the hump that they have to get over to succeed?
I think it's just game planning better. Like you said, the last year I won't put that much on them because they had Thompson, and who looked better than Tua, in my opinion, in the respective playoff games.
Why did Skylar Thompson look better than Tua Tagovailoa?
Mac Jones also looked better than Tua in his playoff game. But, personally, I think they just need to finish the job, truly.
Okay. So Skylar Thompson looked better than Tua, and Mac Jones looked better than
Tua in his playoff game, yeah.
So I mean, now obviously you're bringing up a lot about Mac Jones. What makes you like Mac Jones?
when your favorite team doesn't have a quarterback for the longest, you start getting desperate. And look, I know like every quarterback for the last like 2 draft classes. And I recently this draft, like I started watching most quarterbacks.
Right,
Favorite one
right.
is Michael Pratt, whose jersey is coming in soon. But
Did you actually buy a Michael?
I did. It's fake like this, like the Trubisky jersey.
So,
But
so you went and bought a Michael Pratt jersey for
yes, I
just
should.
no
It's the
reason?
light green one or the light blue, one of the two.
Isn't he? He's from Tulane, right?
Yep.
Why? Oh my God! How
Tulane is
much?
dumb, Nico. It's like
How
20
much?
bucks.
Oh, $20. Oh, then, so do you? What do you think? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. So do you like Josh Rosen?
God no.
Wait, what? So you like Mac Jones, who's unsuccessful in life, but Josh Rosen, who's a complete failure. Like, what's the in between?
You know, I think we're getting off topic here. We were talking about the Miami Dolphins finishing the job.
Yeah. So now for Miami in the draft, they have a first round pick this year too. And we'll get through those mock drafts later on. But what does Miami need to pick up in this draft, or who is someone that Miami could take that could help impact their team?
I do not know because I don't watch the Dolphins like that.
Okay, so let's give it to you like this. So their offensive line has been very weak. The tight end spot is not a bright spot. I know D line that they're doing good. Edge rushers they're good. Maybe a linebacker or a corner, maybe. So anyone like that. Who are you thinking?
So offensive line, I really like Graham Barton from Duke, I believe. Duke.
Okay.
Barton, or they could go if he falls, which I don't think so. Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, Miami's sitting at number 27 right now. So you're saying that Kool-Aid McKinstry could fall to the Dolphins?
I don't believe so. I've heard people say he's not cornerback one, but we live in an age where people hate on you if you're good enough and if your name's thrown out there a lot.
Right.
So I believe Kool-Aid is probably still the best corner in the class.
Who's your corner one?
I haven't watched enough of defensive backs to really call a cornerback one.
Mm-hmm.
I've only watched about 1 or 2, and the first one was Kyrie Jackson from Oregon as a late round guy.
Okay. Have you watched any Cooper DeJean?
No, not yet, not at all.
Not yet. That should be interesting. By the way, for those who newfound respect for Dennis. Okay, that's for you, Dennis. Okay.
Awesome. When we change segments, I'm gonna switch jerseys to something else. But
okay, so yeah, I mean, now going into it now, Miami next season, they're going to be with a lot of their top guys. They're going to get Bradley Chubb back. They're going to get Jalen Phillips back. Do you think now with Anthony Weaver as the new defensive coordinator, that team can now get over the hump, win a playoff game, and not be known as just a team who beats up on trash teams?
Honestly, I don't know because I don't know much about Anthony Weaver. I only knew him because I believe Washington interviewed him for either head coach or as a coordinator. One of the two.
Yeah. Did they? So they went 11-6 this season. Do you think they go over on that win total, or do they go under on that win total and they get worse? I know you say you haven't watched them, but if you had to get on your sole prediction, what is it?
As a huge Mike McDaniel fan, I like to see him go over, maybe 12 wins, hopefully 13 if everything goes right.
Right. Okay. So
I don't see that team going under. I think they only went under last year because of the injuries they faced.
Right. So now in their offense, they're missing a lot of holes. They're going to be missing a lot of stuff, a lot of guys too. Is there anyone that you would want Miami to go out and possibly sign? I mean, they're like I said, so they're key notable cuts that they're going to be having. They're going to be having Christian Wilkins is a must resign. Robert Hunt is a must resign. Jake Bailey, it's their punter, but he was one of the better punters last year. Andrew Van Ginkel and Isaiah Wynn. Van Ginkel, if you remember in that Commander game, whooped our ass. And Isaiah Wynn. So I mean, that's about two key offensive linemen along with Connor Williams. Who would you want them to re-sign? Because I have a couple of lists. I'll tell you right now, my list is full of just offensive linemen just to replace it. But is there anyone in your mind that you're thinking, oh well, that Miami should go after this kind of a mid-level tier guy?
I really love because Washington could get him, so we'll probably go here. I liked Anthony Walker, the linebacker from Cleveland.
He's on the 1-year deal, isn't he?
For the second consecutive season, yeah.
Okay. So Anthony Walker at linebacker. I have some key free agents. I have Jonah Williams from Buffalo. not Buffalo, from the
Cincinnati.
Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals. I got Damian Lewis from Seattle, and I have Donovan Smith. I
From
feel
the
like,
Chiefs, right?
yeah, and he's only 30. I did not know. Did you know Donovan Smith is only 30 years old?
I did not.
Yeah, dude, he's a lot younger, I guess, than I thought. I thought he was a lot older. And then also, and they're also going to be cutting Xavier Howard too. Where do you see Xavier Howard maybe staying within the division to play against Miami? Do you see Xavier Howard going anywhere? I mean, where do you see Xavier Howard going if he is cut, or if he's, I don't know if he's cut yet, but he's rumored to be cut. So where could you see him going? What team kind of fits Xavier Howard's role?
Philadelphia, if he's cut. The secondary is depleted already. James Bradbury down the stretch was probably the hugest liability since like Landon Collins playing safety for the football team.
Right.
I like Reed Blankenship back there at safety. They have Eli Ricks, I believe. I think is his name.
Yeah.
Slay, who's on the digressing pass. So if you could get Howard on opposite side, you doing good, little bro. Just get comfortable. It's hard, man. It's my first time being on stream.
No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. You're doing pretty good.
You put Ricks in that slot with a receiver 3 or maybe like someone fast, because I think he held his own against Tyreek and the Dolphins. He was doing pretty well.
Right. I also would like to see for Miami, I'd like to see Cam Smith get more involved. I would love to see Cam Smith get more involved. And we also have another guest joining too, by the way. I don't know if you know, he's in the group chat that you just got added into. It's Mr. NY Giants Zone, man. Back from the dead. Dude, I haven't seen him on a podcast in a minute.
Hey, you haven't done a podcast in a minute, so it's you back from the dead for real.
Oh yeah, dude, you look like a grown ass man now, dude. What the fuck?
Are you messing with the beard?
Yeah, you need to shave that shit off. It looks fucking awful.
Yeah, hold on. I'll be right back.
Oh, nah, okay. you just mad that I don't look like a kid anymore.
Right. Yeah, Dennis, when you're back,
I mess with the clean shave look more, so I will shave it soon. But
yeah, right. Yeah, dude. Hey, beware, man. Cam gonna start taking pictures of you, man. Beware, bro. So yeah, so we're in a segment right now talking about the Miami Dolphins and what they have to do to get over that hump. Obviously they haven't won a playoff game in a very long time. Dennis, whose jersey are you wearing now?
Jake London.
Okay, so the Dolphins haven't, gotten. Sorry, this too Chris needs to get out the comment section. So, like I said, the Dolphins have not won a playoff game in a very long time. We were talking about how they can get over the hump. What is something that you could see from the Miami Dolphins to get over that hump and to win, and to hopefully win their first playoff game in over 20-something years?
I mean, honestly, for the Dolphins, I think for me, I think it kind of just came down to performance. I think they have the roster, bro. Like I just get spotlighted, bro.
You got spotlighted, so I can close my door. But yeah.
Oh, got you. Yeah, no. I think it just comes down to performance. Bro. I think they have the talent on the roster for sure. Obviously, I think Tua is better than people think, but at the same time, I also think that Tua was a big reason they were so bad down the stretch. I mean, he just couldn't make the big plays in big games, and that's like one of the biggest things in the playoffs is having your quarterback come down to make the big plays. And that's something that obviously against the Chiefs, that wasn't like a Tua issue per se. That was just the whole offense wasn't functioning at all. But I think one of the things has to be just performance, just being able to make those plays in the big moments. And then literally just Tua, he's a good quarterback, but he has to stop making bad decisions in the worst moments. That's the biggest thing I think while watching the Dolphins is literally just Tua Tagovailoa. Just got to step up and make those plays.
Right. Now, do you see there being an alternate world, not an alternate world, but down the line that Tua Tagovailoa may not be the answer for the Miami Dolphins?
I mean, they picked up his 5th year, right? So, I mean, I think that I've seen reports that they're going to extend him anyways. So, I think that they think he's the answer. Personally, I don't know. Realistically, let's say I'm gonna say the over.
Well, what's the line, Chris? What's the line, bro? We need to hear the line before you say over or under, bro.
No, yeah. Give me the line, and I'll give
Let's go. Let's go 5.5.
5. Oh, that's definitely over.
All right. So overall, you're saying that Tua Tagovailoa should stay the quarterback. Tua should.
Yeah. I don't think he's bad enough that you move on from him. I think if he was absolutely atrocious, you move on from him. But he was good, just bad in the big moments. So I feel next year, they're gonna extend him probably. So that's gonna they think he's the answer. But I think that I would definitely do like a Daniel Jones type deal with the Giants. Giants like a 2-year out. I'm not even trying to be Daniel Jones. I'm just giving like a realistic contract. Like give like a 2-year out. Like we have after 2 years we have an out on Daniel Jones, even though it's a 4-year deal. Do the same thing with Tua, and in case it doesn't work out, then the Miami Dolphins can easily get out of it. That's kind of what's going to happen with us and Daniel Jones, most likely, if he doesn't.
Oh, man, and I remember a long time ago that was considered to be a good deal, man.
It was at the time. I'll stand by it, but now it's a little shaky for sure.
It's a little ass. Yeah, I agree. All right, so now moving on, we're gonna move on to the Buffalo zone. Will you be staying for the Buffalo segment also?
Yeah. I got like a few minutes. I can.
Thank you for blessing us with your time, man. I really appreciate it.
I have to come through for the WeSportin revival, bro. You already know.
Yeah, for sure. So now the Buffalo Bills season, they were shitty. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. They were really shit throughout the entire season, and then they kind of came in out of that hump, and they went in and they won out their games, and with that winning the division. Now, Buffalo, obviously their playoff win, they go in and they're playing in Buffalo. Pittsburgh comes into Buffalo. They beat them 31-17, and then they played Mahomes. And as well, all we thought, Patrick Mahomes, this was the time he finally loses to Buffalo because it's in Buffalo. There's no way, shape, or form he loses, and he lost again. So now I'll start off with Zone, then go to Dennis. Zone, what happened with Buffalo, man? What could have avoided them to put them in this spot?
What could have avoided them is if Patrick Mahomes' dad wore a condom, bro. Like they are never. I feel like one of the biggest things about the Buffalo is like if Patrick Mahomes wasn't in their conference, bro, like they would probably at least have 2 Super Bowl appearances at this point, bro. Like genuinely, like Patrick Mahomes is literally I feel like the sole reason why they can't cross the hump. Like they have the roster, they have the talent. Josh Allen plays really well in the playoffs. It's literally just Patrick Mahomes is just so much better, bro. Like, that's all I can see, bro. Unless they actually just catch Patrick Mahomes on an off day, I don't know, bro. Maybe pay him like a generational bag to just sell a game one day, bro. They are not gonna get past them, bro. Like that's all it is, bro.
Now, what would it take? Honest to God, if we're being all seriousness, what does Josh Allen have to do just to beat that motherfucker one time in the playoffs? Because that boy Mahomes does not want him to have it. Not even a Super Bowl appearance, bro.
No, Josh Allen always plays good. I think he definitely played good in that game. I think it was more of like a Stephon Diggs. Like I think Stephon Diggs disappeared. I think that really just what has to even the defense played good that game. I think really just like it has to just be your stars have to show up, bro. Like Stephon Diggs, like he makes that catch. It's a whole different game, you know. Like it has to be your stars. It's same thing with the Dolphins. Your stars have to make the big plays. That's how you win in the playoffs. Until like I feel like one thing for the Chiefs is like their guys always make the big plays at the big times. You'll never see Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce just completely sell in big moments. So that's a big thing. That's why I feel like what separates them from like other guys and why they have 3 rings. Like so for the Bills, same thing, bro. Your stars have to make the plays. You know, Stephon Diggs is amazing, one of the best talents in the league, but you can't do that in the big game, biggest game of the season. You know what I mean? It just has to come down to making the plays. That's how you beat a guy like Patrick Mahomes.
True. Yeah, very true. It's just at the end of the day, it's always kind of getting out coached, and it's just not even like them even losing it at that point. It's just like they just let Mahomes look so much better than they do, and it just amazes me what Mahomes does.
Yeah.
And now going on now, Dennis. Now, do you think they should fire Sean McDermott?
I'm so happy you asked me that question.
Okay.
Sean McDermott's one of the biggest fucking frauds I've ever seen in the planet.
What makes you say that?
He's Mike McCarthy if he was slimmer and not fat as hell on the AFC. Sean McDermott would like go crazy in the regular season champs, greatest team ever. Then he looks like fucking Jay Gruden in the playoffs. I've never seen a person more outcoached than Sean McDermott in my life.
What is making you this angry about Sean McDermott? Like, what makes you this?
He has one of the most talented quarterbacks one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, in Josh Allen, who had to fight his way out of hell with the Buffalo Bills to get him to the playoffs and win that division.
Right.
McDermott makes so many terrible decisions in one game. It's so hard to root for him.
Now, if Josh Allen, say for instance that, you know, when is it that Sean McDermott is on the hot seat? Because as I'm saying that he is, some saying he's not. I mean, what does he have to do to put himself on the hot seat and for him to just get the fuck out of Buffalo?
Miss the playoffs.
Miss the
Bills
playoffs?
Mafia is too nice of a fucking fan base to charge a stadium, say fire him if they're gonna take him to the playoffs every season. That fucker has to miss the playoffs for him to get fired.
Yeah, that's really what it has to be is miss the playoffs.
Miss the playoffs, make Josh Allen look like a dumbass on the field, then he's fired.
Nah, I feel like they're low-key growing like impatient with him. Like he just
right.
I
So
feel
now
like
we have another guest. This is starting to be a weird fucking live, but now we have Mr. Young K.
Hey, what's good, bro?
Good.
This turned out to be the weirdest fucking live of all time, bro. But welcome, Young K. But now we're talking about if Sean McDermott should stay as the head coach for the Buffalo Bills, moving on to next season.
Nah.
Yeah, you think you should be fired?
Yeah, I think it's time to move on.
Now, when you're looking at it too, now is it, who holds that team back more? Is it Josh Allen's decision making? Is it the offensive coordinator for Buffalo? Is it Sean McDermott? Is it the weapons outside of Diggs and Dalton Kincaid? What is Chris said that you
I think it's Sean McDermott, man. You know, I think his game planning is holding him back and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah. So now looking in at their free agency, so some of their big free agents they're looking at could potentially be losing Micah Hyde, Daquan Jones, Leonard Floyd. I'm only going to mention some of the bigger names. I'm not going to mention guys like Linval Joseph, who's almost 36 years old, Latavius Murray, and all that. And they're working with negative $56 million in cap. So if you're Buffalo, what kind of guys do you have to go out and get to win it? You know, just to win, just to go to the fucking Super Bowl, bro. I mean, fucking like Zone said, Mahomes let Burrow go fucking see one, but he's never gonna let Allen go see. That doesn't make any sense. Right. So what does Buffalo have to do?
Well, they do have a good team. I say beef up the offensive line a little bit. Mm-hmm. The defensive line needs some help as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you start winning in the trenches, man. It starts with the trenches, and because of the ball with Buffalo, I don't really think that the offensive line is that good, neither the defensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but I just don't like Gabe Davis as wide receiver too. I think that if you could get someone better, like I think Gabe Davis is so overrated. I think all he can do is make like big plays, which is good, but he's so useless in the short game. I think if you get someone more established in the short game, like it would be so much better for the team.
Chris saying, "Hold on, Dennis, show that hair."
I ain't get it cut yet, bro. Leave me alone.
All Chris's comments have just been not related to sports. Every single comment.
To show my face one time I'm getting cooked by Chris. Ridiculous.
But, so now, kind of moving on to my next segment about the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, their first round pick that they have, they have a first round pick this year. A lot of them are mocked up to get a lot of guys, kind of like Keon Coleman. Go out and get a AD Mitchell. Now, is it kind of significant that they're kind of look like the national view is saying, hey, like Gabe Davis is not going to help you win games. It's going to be more of get another guy next to Stephon Diggs. What guy do they need to get for Stephon Diggs? And if so, who is a guy that Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen can work with? Basically, that's kind of a top.
This is a great segment, but
I saw a mock trade up for Brock Bowers for the Bills.
Hey,
that would be so good. Like
I like Harris from LSU.
Harris from LSU. Wait, Harris who?
I forgot his first name, but he is good.
Okay. Zone. I'm talking about football. To Nico only showing.
Zone, you know who I'm talking about?
I think so. Wait, what's the name?
His last name's Harris. He's in LSU. He's a wide receiver.
I gotta watch.
I only know two LSU receivers off the top of my head. I'm trying to think myself.
I do know.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, Brian Thomas.
Oh, okay. I was for a second.
Yeah.
So Dennis, what were you gonna say? And I'm also gonna be letting on Nate too. Nate's a Buffalo Bills fan. He'd like to get his intake on it also. So Nate, please don't say anything stupid, please.
5 people in one live.
Please fire Sean McDermott. Please.
Okay, so Dennis, what were you gonna say?
Well, I believe you asked about the media talking about that Gabe Davis isn't that guy.
Yeah,
he isn't that guy.
And whatnot, but truly, who gives a fuck about what the media says about your team?
Mm-hmm.
Inside that
Gabe
locker
Davis freaking sucks.
With the GM He may fucking suck, but
He
if
fucking
Sean
suck.
McDermott's dumbass believes that he's a better receiver than what
Sean McDermott has no fucking influence on the offense.
he will now in my
Sean
dream.
McDermott one of those shitty
While
ass
I
fucking
could-
zones
Nate,
against Patrick Mahomes.
Nate,
Fucking Kenny Pickett, sure. Look what happened when he versed Patrick fucking Mahomes. My grandma could run a better defense, dude.
So,
Yo, I miss these, bro. I miss these.
so Nate, like, what? Honestly, as a fan of the team, what do you want to see out of your Buffalo Bills, man?
We should get rid of Gabe Davis. I think we should draft Keon Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, Stephon Diggs takes a pay cut because he fucking sucks.
Hey, I would take. I would
actually trade what's his face Diggs to Dallas. Maybe he'll like be able to do something in the last like 10 games of the season.
Right now, Dennis, what were you gonna say real quick? Because I know you.
No, fuck Sean McDermott. Fuck that bitch ass cracker, man. He's making me pissed off.
That's what I'm talking about. But inside that locker room with the GM, if they believe Gabe Davis is better than what Khalil Shakir or
Khalil Shakir is fucking him.
bullshit, Nate.
Bullshit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Khalil Shakir is the lighter pigment Curtis Samuel. Fuck that guy.
No, Khalil Shakir is fucking him. What the fuck do you look at? Are you watching the fucking tape? In that
Are you
fucking Chiefs game,
watching
he's the
tape,
only
Nate?
team that can do something. Gabe Davis was on the fucking sideline talking to Bills fans. He fucking sucks.
Khalil Shakir's ass. Fuck you,
No, he's
Nate.
fucking not.
Watch the tape, Nate.
I do
Isaiah
watch the tape, bro.
McKenzie
When he
better.
gets PT, he's good. Give him
Isaiah
time.
McKenzie better. Don't
No, he's
care.
fucking not.
Yes, he is.
He's beat his fucking teammates up.
Don't care.
That boy got suspended. He fucking sucks. He assholes.
Oh my god!
Fuck Lil Dirty.
I'm honestly gonna just let you two go at it. Just say whatever you want to say towards each other.
Josh
dude.
Allen should have won MVP too. Just saying.
I'll agree with that. That's because I'm racist. But
Man,
Yo,
check
what is
the
this live
stats. We watched the
turkey,
tape.
I
Lamar
don't
really
know,
did
but we
shit.
should have had.
watch
We
the
should have.
tape. We should also let go of Micah Hyde. He fucking sucks.
Who you gonna have
Who
back there?
else?
Jordan Poyer, Kyrie,
No,
Elon?
Kyrie Elam plays fucking
You gonna
corner.
draft Tyler
retarded.
Newton? Come on,
you
man. Open
can
your
take a
eyes.
shot every time Nate says he fucking sucks, bro. You will be gone within seconds.
We're gonna be like Zone from last night, bro. Fucking
Micah
hungover.
Hyde freaking stinks.
That's probably true because I don't watch.
I'd rather play DeMar Hamlin back there.
Hey, bro, I would pick Micah Hyde over Jaron Curse, bro.
No, you wouldn't.
Trash versus
Yes,
Micah
garbage.
Hyde
would.
can't tackle. Micah Hyde does
Jaron,
nothing well.
Jaron is not good at all.
Trash versus garbage. We over here comparing Micah Hyde and Jaron Pierce. Come
Hey,
on, man.
I would take Hyde over Jaron.
Two retards fighting it out in the gridiron. Sickening. If we're looking in the draft for safety, my favorite one is probably Tyler Newman from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Hell yeah. Cameron Kitchens, he's all right. If we're
Dude,
but
if I'm being honest, dude,
because I want to sneak in a white guy, Cole Bishop.
we should
from
also
Utah is
cut
so-
Dawson
is so good.
Knox.
Dawson Knox.
What's
Why
wrong with Dawson
Dude,
Knox?
Dalton
man?
Kincaid is him. He's
That
the
1-2
future.
punch is nice though.
Two good tight ends is good. I don't know. I'll say
They didn't run
Imagine
12
you
at all,
rolling with
though.
like Cole Turner and John Bates like Washington and Logan Thompson dumbass. That's so bad.
But Dalton Kincaid's good.
Yeah,
You
if
know,
we're gonna have a 1-2
You could.
punch,
I mean, the O line was really good this year.
Mhm.
I think James Cook's a dog.
So I guess we can start going off to an off-top segment and start talking about something a little different.
The Bills will rob from the Super Bowl.
Drake May, welcome to Washington, young man.
Okay, so
so many Washington fans.
Okay, I got an actual
I
question
know
though.
Chris is watching this. Is about to break his computer, bro.
dude, if
Fuck
we get,
Chris.
if we
And
get
fuck the Clemson Tigers.
dude, Zone will never admit it, but he was a one-day Clemson fan when he met Dabo Swinney.
I'm definitely. I'm not caring about Clemson.
I got Rutgers. I got the Scarlet Knights next year in the college football playoffs.
Okay,
Same.
Nate, it was great
Okay.
having you on, man. Okay.
Okay.
So real quick to end it all off, I'll have Nate back in here for the last part. Because a lot of controversy going around, because a lot of people are saying that the MVP, it was
robbed.
It was
Lamar Jackson had a worse season than Derek Carr.
Who would
He's
you,
happy to be on a better team.
can you shut the fuck up? Who would you rather have to win MVP if it wasn't Lamar Jackson?
Mac
That's that
Jones.
boy that wears number 17 in Western New York. He plays in Orchard Park.
Mac Jones, baby.
I mean, Josh Allen did lose to Mac Jones.
He sure did. He got dick down too.
On the real.
Okay, he did not get dick down.
How's it not Christian McCaffrey?
All right, I made it to both of them because they're just yapping away. So, Zone, you go, man.
No, yeah, it's Christian McCaffrey. Like, I feel like it's the obvious choice. He was literally the best running back in football this year.
On God, you're not saying Christian McCaffrey. On God.
Tommy DeVito is better than Josh Allen, best quarterback in New York.
Okay, bro. Oh, you're crazy. You're on dick. Josh Allen beat the Tyrod Taylor Giants.
Yeah, because Tommy DeVito was the thing.
That's what I'm saying. If Tommy DeVito wasn't there, Josh Allen putting up 50 points.
No, wait, against us? That was like what, 14-12 that game?
It was 14-9.
Or 14-9.
Josh Allen had a really good game.
Win by the top 10 offense of the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, we were a top 5 offense. I don't know what the fuck you're on, bro.
Okay, so who do you think should have won MVP if it wasn't Lamar?
I'm gonna be biased and say Dak, bro. Dak should have won that shit.
Dennis, what was so funny about that, man?
If Dak didn't fucking shit on the floor in Buffalo. That shitty ass Sean McDermott zones got to him.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, the Buffalo game killed the hype for Dak Prescott.
Right.
Man, he was
on. So Dennis, I saw a little laugh about that. So Dennis, what was the chuckle? Did you think Dak Prescott should have not won it?
I'm a hater, so absolutely not. So maybe if he didn't have a star on his head, he probably would have been in there for me.
Yeah, I think she's honest.
This is worse than like Zone back when we first met him, bro. Like this is worse, bro. This is another.
But as Dak Prescott,
why does everything have to run through Zone?
Okay, my bad, Nate. My bad, bro. Here, I'll put you right where Zone is so I can see your fucking number 17 ugly ass bitch, Josh Allen.
You know what? My camera's not even gonna work. I'm on a shitty ass Chromebook that I found. Look at you can't even see it. Dude, I'm telling you, it's broke.
I would have to agree though with Young K. I actually would have to go with Dak Prescott as my MVP too. Dude, because number one, I had that dude in fantasy, and that dude saved my life, bro. So like, he deserves all the glory and praise, bro. Like that dude, Dak Prescott, he saved me from like just.
Yeah, I am not shocked. Nico based his entire MVP award prediction off of fantasy. That is like the most Nico.
No, but I'm saying like I watched Dak Prescott a lot, and just like some of the throws that he's made is just like phenomenal throws. Like I can't hate.
I have him third. I have him third for sure after Christian.
No, dude, now you're just hating Zone because he's
if we're being honest, DeMar Hamlin may have should have got the comeback player of the year.
What's wrong with third?
Wait, what did you say, Nate?
They should have gave DeMar Hamlin MVP.
Comeback player of the year, but
Zone, how do you feel, Young K? How do you guys feel that you guys are Disney guests?
Yo, that's actually mad funny.
All right, so do we have any more in the MVP conversation before we wrap it up at all, or no?
You're done the
Brock
chat,
Purdy
bro.
should have been a voter. He should have been voted in. Brock Purdy had a fantastic year for the San Francisco 49ers. Don't laugh.
No one's disagreeing with you.
Exactly. That's great.
Why is this really coming up?
He had a great year, but he just doesn't deserve to be an MVP candidate.
He should have won MVP in my heart, you know.
Nah,
you throwing the game
It's
table.
pretty ironic that he should have won MVP over some of the other candidates that you were talking about today.
Nah, Christian McCaffrey.
Mac Jones had a
fantastic year if you really throw on the tape. If you really sit back and watch that Patriots offense and study what Bill Belichick did, you know, if you really sat there and watched what the Patriots were doing to my quarterback, it was
a real good. Wait, a real good game against the Colts in Germany. A real good game.
Okay, let's go to the next segment. What's the next segment, Nico?
Ending the episode is the next fucking segment.
No, wait. You think Mac Jones? Remember that 47-17 game, man? Great game.
And this 2021 playoff wildcard game? I sure do. I watched all 17 games.
Okay, so we're just gonna end it right there, dude. Thank you guys all for watching. I'll make sure I list down Nate if he fucking even does anything. Dennis's social media, Young K's and Zones. I had no idea they were coming on, but thank you guys for watching and have a great day.
Nico.
Thank you for having
Bills
me.
again, Keon Coleman.